what is the reason why we just assume that we can't be anything more than average? Why do we pump that into children's heads? You know? I remember when I was a little kid, at school they were asking us to draw pictures of our dream careers. And I remember drawing one of me being like a celebrity of some sort. And the teacher came over and said, well, make it realistic. It's just like it's being delivered to people as a fact. The entire school system essentially is trying to produce average people. That's really what it's trying to do. Like by default, they just funnel you into these really, really like undesirable jobs. I'm not even just talking about like these low-level jobs. I think that even these ones which people consider a desirable job financially, like those aren't what we dream of as kids. And I think as kids, that's the one time when everybody does have untamed ambition, right? I think as kids, we always dream of these crazy jobs, like an astronaut or an actor, a singer, an athlete. We dream of these positions that we really want, and then we give up on it because society tells us that it's not possible. Like, why? What's the reason? Like, is it difficult to get to those positions? Of course it is. But why would you tell someone why are you saying it as if it's a fact that just isn't possible? Like if I went to my dog and said, hey man, you're never going to be a world-class athlete. Like, yeah, I mean, that's true because he's a dog, right? So that is just a fact. My dog can't make it to the NBA. But like, why are we going to some young, ambitious kid and saying, no, be realistic. Like, you're not doing that. Like, what is I genuinely don't understand. What is the excuse that we are placing on that child? And for some people, maybe this isn't even put on you. I think some people just think this to themselves. Like, it's not put on them by some external force. They just place this boundary on their own ability for no reason. I think probably what it is there's risk associated with chasing these elevated positions, right? But I can't imagine a world in which someone would be less happy having chased what they really wanted and dying in that pursuit than someone who settles for average and dies with these ambitions only ever being ambitions. If you look through the pantheon of great human beings, in my experience, more often than not, way more often than not, these people came from hardship. So I guarantee whatever excuse you're making as to why you can't become one of those people, I absolutely guarantee that 99% of the time, there are countless examples of people who have achieved exactly what you're thinking of, who had it way worse than you have it. We're not talking about biological limitations. We're just capping ourselves for no reason. It just pisses me off. But, you know, it's easier said than done to drop that mindset, but at least make the realization that it's just an imagined boundary. Like, it's not real. This thing that you're imagining to be the reason why you can't do something, like 99% of the time, that's not a real thing. So just ask yourself, why am I capping myself like this? Like, why am I giving myself this ceiling? Like, realize that that's an imagined boundary. Yeah. I'll see you in the next one.